Christine G, and I'm going to be going over this problem today. So here we're given the situation with the scatter plot, and what they're doing is they're just graphing the time spent texting. So let's say someone spends an hour texting, then here is a specific point, and let's say that they exercised 9 hours for that week. So this has 24 different student data points. And what they did was they have this, they call it a trend line. And you can see like the points, the X's are like the actual points. And what they did was they have this trend line to kind of to predict things like, okay, if somebody exercises for 4 hours, or let's go to one that's on the grid, for 5 hours, well, then it's 5 hours of, we can look over here, then it would mean that they exercise for the week for 5 hours as well. So we just would coordinate it. Let me do the line like this. And I think this was one of the questions. And then we'd look, ooh, that's one line, and then maybe I do another line. There we go. So, and then when we're interpreting this graph, what we see is a downward trend, which makes sense. The more time you're spending texting, well, then guess what? You're going to have less time to exercise, and you're more sedentary, or just sitting down or standing there if you're texting. So you're not exercising, and you're taking away from time that you can exercise. And so this is going downhill. We read a line like we read a book from left to right, and this is going downhill. So this would be, and the slope, because it's going downhill, the slope would be negative, because as the time spent texting goes up, the hours spent exercising goes down. So it's one is going up and the other one's going down, and so that's a negative relationship, because one goes up, the other one goes down. So let's take a look at the questions. So as the time spent texting increasing, so as we're increasing, what's happening to the time spent exercising? Well, in the beginning, let's look at this. After just 1 hour of texting, the time spent in exercising is way higher. And then as we go along, the time spent exercising goes down. So this would be decreasing. And then let me go ahead and see if I can select it. So no, it doesn't let me. So I would just say decreasing on that one. And then it's not letting me select anything. And for the 24 students, there is a blank correlation between time spent texting and time spent exercising. So this would be a negative correlation. As one goes up, the other one's going down. So time spent texting going up, time spent exercising going down. And we can see that because it's a negative slope on the graph. And then using the line of best fit, we would predict that a student texting for 5 hours would exercise approximately how many hours. So we just went here. The line of best fit is this line, and that demonstrates the pattern of all the actual data points. And so then we just look at 5 hours spent texting, and that would mean 5 hours exercising. So hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great